Welcome to True Lore Archives. Today's mystery takes us deep into the desert of Judea, into the crumbling walls of an ancient monastery, and into the hands of one man who may have found or forged a gospel the world was never meant to see. This is the story of a lost text, a scholar's reputation, and a document that vanished just as quickly as it appeared. Was it real? And if so, why did it disappear? The year was 1958. American biblical scholar Morton Smith was visiting the Mar Saba Monastery, a remote Orthodox Christian monastery carved into the cliffs east of Jerusalem. While cataloging ancient texts in the monastery's library, Smith stumbled upon a curious handwritten note at the back of a 17th-century printed book. The note was written in Greek and signed in the name of Clement of Alexandria, a 2nd-century Christian theologian. But the content of the letter was what stunned him. It described passages from an alternate version of the Gospel of Mark, one that included scenes not found in the New Testament. The letter spoke of a more spiritual version of Mark's Gospel, supposedly kept secret for the mature and initiated, but eventually corrupted by others. Clement warned the reader not to be deceived by those fakes and only trust the authentic, longer Gospel. Morton Smith took detailed photographs of the pages and brought them back to the U.S. For over a decade, Smith kept his findings under wraps, quietly studying the text. Then in 1973, he published 2 books, one academic and one more popular, introducing the world to what he called the secret Gospel of Mark. His claims ignited a firestorm in scholarly circles. According to Smith's translation, the longer Gospel hinted at more mystical, esoteric teachings of Jesus and possibly deeper initiatory traditions. The exact meaning of the text was debated, but its tone and secrecy unsettled many. Smith never claimed this gospel should replace the Bible. Instead, he presented it as a historical curiosity, a glimpse into how early Christianity may have contained a diversity of beliefs that were later erased. But soon, doubts began to grow. Almost immediately after Smith's announcement, fellow scholars began raising questions. Why had no one ever seen the manuscript before? Why was it only written in the back of a printed book, not on separate parchment? And most importantly, why had the manuscript disappeared? After Smith photographed the pages, he returned the book to the monks at Mar Saba. When later researchers traveled to the monastery, the printed book with the handwritten letter was gone. Some believed it was hidden, others thought it was destroyed, and some whispered it never existed at all. A few accused Smith himself of forging the letter. They argued he had the motive, the skill, and the opportunity. He was a brilliant classicist, fluent in Greek and familiar with ancient writing styles. Could he have created the letter to provoke debate or make a name for himself? Smith denied all accusations until his death in 1991. After Smith's death, the mystery only deepened. The monastery offered no further information. The original book remained lost. All that remained were Smith's black and white photographs. In 2003, researcher Guy Straumsa confirmed that the book had once been held at the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate Library in Jerusalem, meaning Smith did not lie about seeing it. In fact, a new generation of scholars began taking the discovery more seriously. Several linguists and historians analyzed the handwriting and syntax. Many concluded it was consistent with ancient Greek epistolary style, not a modern fake. Still, without the physical manuscript, there could be no definitive answer. So, what was the secret Gospel of Mark? There are a few possibilities. A real lost gospel, suppressed or forgotten over centuries, that reappeared briefly before vanishing again. A forgery, either ancient or modern, perhaps even by Smith himself, a symbolic or philosophical text, never meant to be scripture, but rather a spiritual commentary. What we do know is that the disappearance of the manuscript turned it from a scholarly oddity into a global enigma. And Smith went to his grave insisting the text was real and that he never altered a word. Whether hoax or holy relic, the secret Gospel of Mark remains one of the most intriguing, unsolved literary puzzles of the 20th century. If the letter really was ancient, why was it hidden in a monastery wall? It was a hoax. Who had the most to gain? And why has the original never resurfaced? These questions may never be answered, but they continue to fascinate historians, believers, and skeptics alike. If you enjoy uncovering real historical mysteries like this one, Make sure to subscribe to True Lore Archives. Give this video a like, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Do you think Morton Smith discovered something authentic, or something he wrote himself?